I would definitely have to say that one of the more interesting aspects of Star Wars Episode 9 that is leaving me and a lot of people out there very curious about this film has all to do with the path of Kylo Ren and Rey in this movie. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, what's really intriguing to me is, of course, what is Kylo Ren's endgame in this film, and of course, what are Rey's goals going to be in this movie by writer and director J.J. Abrams. Now, we do know that he has a lot of plans for the character of Rey by applying and giving her a very important lineage in this film, and also making Kylo Ren a far darker character by also applying a lot of elements of Darth Vader into the character himself. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with Rey's new lightsaber in Episode 9. Specifically, a description of Rey inside of a cave with R2-D2 in the background. She is holding what appears to be the Skywalker saber. However, it appears different. Parts of the hilt have missing parts, with a wire sticking out in a similar fashion to Kylo Ren's hilt. There is a welding line in the middle, and parts of the surface of the hilt are missing. The next goes over what appears to be a first ignition of the saber. The blue blade appears to be very unstable, ironically just like Kylo Ren's lightsaber in the first two films. It's described as making a brand new sound that fans will enjoy. The blade is described as being slightly more unstable than Kylo's, and when ignited appears like blue fire. Very interesting for sure, and I really want to dive into this because I heavily do believe that this connects right to what we saw at the very end of The Last Jedi. Let me explain. So at the very end of The Last Jedi, they give us a nice close-up of the Skywalker saber broken into two pieces, and we saw that the actual crystal itself was basically split into two, alright? A part of it was, thinner than the other side, but nonetheless, it was split into two pieces. You can clearly see that there's a fragment of one crystal on one end, and of course, a more full crystal on the other side. So if she's putting this thing back together, it's really going to make it unstable, very much like Kylo Ren's in The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. In case you guys did not know about Kylo Ren's lightsaber, inside of that, the actual crystal is cracked. In this scenario with Rey, the actual crystal was ripped apart by Kylo and Rey in that Force duel in The Last Jedi. So let me go over the hilt here. This sounds very interesting for sure because it seems like we're going to get a reverse when it comes to certain characteristics of Rey and Kylo Ren. And one of those characteristics will be the lightsaber hilts that they actually wield. So it seems like that Kylo's is going to be actually stable and Rey's is going to be unstable. So the hilt description for Rey's here is that actual parts of the surface of the actual hilt are missing and that there's a wire sticking out of it, very similar to Kylo Ren's. Now this to me sounds like that J.J. Abrams and crew, they are trying to create a more complex character when it comes to Rey, showing us that she actually tinkered with the Skywalker lightsaber. So we've been hearing about this for a while now, that she's going to reforge the Anakin Skywalker saber in Episode 9, but it's not going to be shown on screen. However, this description actually sounds to be a first ignition sequence, and honestly, it sounds like a parallel to the deleted scene from Return of the Jedi. I don't know if you guys remember this, but in Return of the Jedi, there was a deleted scene in which Luke Skywalker does his first ignition of the green saber. You see R2-D2 and C-3PO in the background while he's in the cave. Pretty much the same exact scenario here with Rey, where she's inside of a cave with R2-D2 outside, however no word of C-3PO, and we're not quite sure if this is a desert world, a jungle world, or whatnot, but she tinkered with the Skywalker lightsaber, in that it's unstable. Now, like I say, she could always get a brand new lightsaber. There could always be a time jump in the middle of this film, or toward the end of this movie for all we know. We have been hearing about different designs of different lightsabers for Rey throughout production for Episode 9. However, this one is going to be the main focus, is of course the reforged Skywalker lightsaber, where parts of it are missing, a wire sticking out, and it's going to emit a blue, fiery blade, very much like Kylo Ren's. Now, this to me sounds awesome, right? Doesn't it? I kind of like this idea. Some of you guys out there may hate this, but I think it's pretty cool that they're bringing back the Anakin Skywalker lightsaber and pretty much, you know, kind of treating it in a different way. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.